Okay, all right. Well, thank you. The title of my paper is Integrating Applied Research in the Community College Learning Environment. My name's Diane Burt. I'm the Director of Applied Research and Innovation at the New Brunswick Community College. This is a fun photo of my team in my garden after one of our strategic planning sessions. I'm going to go over briefly the objectives of my study. I'll give you a little bit of the context, and then I'll describe my methods, results, and conclusion. So the first objective here on this slide is actually a strategic goal of the New Brunswick Community College, or NBCC. And that objective is to build a supportive college culture for applied research that really contributes to and enriches the learning environment for our students. The second objective on the screen is my objective, and really through a participatory action research process, I wanted to really engage with other colleges. I spoke with my colleagues at 10 other colleges across the country, and my aim was to develop our own college's practices and also collectively have my participants reflect on their best practices, particularly around how they integrated applied research in their program curriculums. Note the focus was on proven practices, which to me is really about when you take a best practice and you make it part of the way you do things, the way you operationalize it becomes the norm, and then I would call that a proven practice. And that's what I really wanted to focus on. So let me share a story with you briefly to set the stage for why I felt we needed to do this for NBCC. We're a very small college. We have 6 campuses, fewer than 6,000 students across the province of New Brunswick. And for about 40 years, we operated under our provincial government's Department of Post-Secondary Education, Training and Labor. We became autonomous in 2010, and in 2012, with a new president, a board of directors, we went through a process of strategic planning, and a key priority in that strategic plan was to engage in applied research and innovation in a strategic way. I was seconded from my role as a campus principal to set up and lead the Office of Applied Research. Since 2012, we've done a lot of great things. We've tripled our grant funding. We have tripled our number of projects. We have engaged many faculty and students. However, most of the activity in applied research and innovation has been outside of the learning environment. It has been sort of added on. It has been extra work that faculty have taken on. It has been, or we've brought in researchers to work with faculty and students. So my goal has really been to make it a part of what we do. And I would even express it as more than a value add, but a value add in, so that it's really becoming part of what we do. Last year, our industrial research chair, it was our first big grant. We got an industrial research chair in mobile technology, and with him, we created and equipped spaces in every campus for students and faculty to engage in applied research and innovation. At the end of last year, the campus principals approached me and said, we don't see these spaces being used. We want to take them back if we're not going to get them used. How are we going to get them used? And it was then I had this aha moment when I realized my little team and I can't make those spaces be used. We have to engage all our stakeholders. We have to work on this together as a college. So I set out to find how other colleges were doing this. I took an appreciative inquiry approach, and this is really a positive way of inquiry and problem solving. And I had conversations, as I said, with 10 of my colleagues across the country. I wanted to hear about what was working well for them, with the idea that what you focus on becomes your reality. What you focus on that you're doing well, you can do more of. 4 themes emerged from those conversations: teaching, learning, collaboration, and leadership. And the participants shared many, many best or proven practices with me. Some of them are listed here, but I'm going to just highlight two. One is professional development. I heard about comprehensive professional development plans that were implemented in campuses that focused on inquiry-based and experiential learning. And in terms of program renewal, at our college and at most of the colleges I spoke to, we have actually an existing program renewal process where every 2 or 3 years we renew the curriculum, we speak with the industry, we find out what's current, and we make sure that we are relevant and current. So using that existing renewal process is a practical and effective way to integrate applied research into the curriculum. Even having it embedded in 1 or 2 courses can ensure that every student benefits. From a collaboration and leadership perspective, I'll start with leadership. Again, 2 key points. 1, establish a strategic organizational commitment to embed applied research in all programs by X date. Those who were successful told me that's what they did. They set a goal, a target date, and then they worked through that renewal process to do that. And 2, ensure ongoing operational leadership is in place through the right functional organizational structure. And most of them said having research and academic reporting to the same VP made all the difference. 2 proven practices under the collaboration theme. Internal structures and processes have to be in place so that internal stakeholders can work together, curriculum development, applied research, faculty, and externally, focusing on both industry and community, but getting the right partners engaged, looking after them, and recognizing them were important factors. I had lots of resources shared with me. People sent me all kinds of great tools, and this is just an example of one that was used in professional development to help demystify applied research and engage faculty. And finally, based on the findings, I developed a framework for action. It can be a useful template for colleges to use. I have both a one-pager and a more expanded version that includes outcomes and accountability, timeframes. I left those on the table there. And anyone, there's about 20 or so copies, so I think there's enough for everyone. And we're just starting our 2017 to 2022 strategic planning process, and I believe this framework is going to help us achieve our goal of creating this culture for applied research that really positively contributes to the richness of the learning experience for students. Thank you.